What's up, what's up? It's your boy Corey B. So check it out. I frequently talk about dreaming, right? Dreaming is important. I always say, you got to dream big and you got to go after it, right? Don't be willing to settle for anything. Like, nothing's worth settling for. Whatever it is you're going to go after, you got to go after it with everything you've got. But the catch is your call to action, right? So anybody who's ever done any kind of marketing or anything like that, there's got to be a call to action. It's like you got your hook, the thing that drags them in, the things that catches their eye, gets their attention, and then you've got your call to action, what you're telling them to do. You're telling them to do something. You're telling them to buy something. You're telling them to utilize your services. You're telling them to do something. It's your call to action. How many of us are utilizing a call to action in our own life, though? In our own business, right? So it's like you got these dreams, you got these goals, you got these aspirations. You're like, I want this, I want that, I'm going to go after this. But what's my call to action? What steps am I taking to go get that? What steps am I taking to acquire this or to achieve this level? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? That's what it really comes down to is what are you doing? If you're not really taking steps, then you're not doing anything. It's just dreaming. It's just dreaming. You've ultimately got to take steps. So dream. Dream. Absolutely dream. Dream and dream big. Dream huge. I promise you, whatever you could possibly, in your wildest imagination, like the most creative moment in your life, God's got bigger than that plan for you. So dream big, dream huge, and go after it. But go after it, not just running and chasing and like, oh, I'm gonna get it. No, like, what are the steps you're gonna take? What's your plan? What's your this? Like, what are the actual concrete steps that you're gonna take to achieve that, right? And that's what you got to do. So sometimes I'm old school. I like to break out a pad and a pencil. I like to write things down. I like to say, hey, this is what I'm going after this week. This is what I'm going after for this. Okay, so if I have a particular investment that I want to do and I'm talking to one of my partners and I'm like, hey, look, this is what I want to do. We're going to go after this, right? We're going to invest in this, but this is how it's going to work. I've got a marketing plan for it. What I need you to bring to the table is, how we could, how we could fund it, how we could pick up its momentum, things like that. Like, ultimately, if you're in business with people, you want them to be able to bring something to the table that you're not bringing. So you don't bring every single element of it, but you've got to take those concrete steps. And for a lot of sole proprietors, a lot of little entrepreneurs just trying to get off the ground, you're it. You might have your spouse, your wife, your husband. You might have your brother, your best friend, your homeboy, whatever. Maybe they're in it with you and they're like, hey man, I got your back. I'm supporting you. I'm lifting you up and I'm elevating you during this process. But you've got to take steps. And you know what? If they come to you and they have ideas, you got to be open to it. You got to be open to it. There's a concept of being stubborn and relentless and unwavering when it is, this is my goal, this is my dream, this is what I will have, right? That's what you're going after, that's what you will have. But it's the details, the steps. You don't got to be so concrete in the steps. The steps, be flexible, because the market's flexible, the world's flexible, society is flexible, your community around you is flexible. All these things are ever growing and changing and endlessly adapting. And this is where a lot of people in this last 4 to 5 years since the whole pandemic, right? There's a lot of people that this country is in an economic, it's in a time of economic rebirth. So some people are not sure how to adapt and they're struggling. While other people saw this moment and they capitalized on it and they're thriving, they're growing, they're on fire because they saw the details. They saw the details changing and they were willing to adapt. So be willing to waver and adapt with this little details. As long as the end game, as long as your goal, your dream, as long as this isn't broken, the steps, let the steps be. Take the steps, but have a plan and have steps. That's it. I mean, like I said, for me, it works out best to actually map it out. Some people are digital age. They put it in their notepad, in their phone. They put it in a spreadsheet, a Google Doc, whatever it is you use. Actually, my partner, my homeboy, he actually came to me and said there's this new app that he's been using, and he was like, we got to try this one out. He was using it with his wife, and he was like, now that I've used it with her a few times, he's like, me and you, he's like, we've been using it to get through, planning and scheduling with their kids and things like that, and just all the things that comes in life with a family, right? But he's like, me and you could use this for our business, and it's actually going to be flexible and really user-friendly, and whatever it is, it doesn't matter. I don't care how you do it, just do something. Map out your steps and take your steps, so that way you can get where you're going. All right, it's your boy. I hope this helps. I hope it gives you some insight. Let it marinate. Think about it, and get moving on those steps right now. Waste no time. And share this with one of your friends. Share this with your business partner. Share it with your spouse. And let's start lifting one another up and get to that next level. All right, it's your boy. I'm out.